Hey guys, I decided for Spooktober, one of the things I'll be doing is reading scary stories. This one was by Tales of the Web. I found this on Tumblr. As always, I'll be leaving a link in the description below, and if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you did subscribe, welcome to the family. Let's get on with the video. This happened about 2 years ago, but it was pretty unsettling. I'll start by saying I used to have a shop in a over 100-year-old building that was split up into 3 different storefronts. I had one shop, my best friend had the other, and the third was rented to another girl. One day I'm at the shop and the phone rings. A man is on the other line asking me for something or other, and he's being really spacey. I'm trying to talk to him, but there are long pauses before his answers, and he's just being a little odd. Finally, I ask him something, and there's a long pause on the other end. Long enough to make me ask, "Hello?" before I think he's hung up on me. Instead, he replies with, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just having a little hard time focusing on our conversation because there's a spirit standing right next to you that is yelling into the phone and trying to get my attention." At this point, I'm intrigued and decide to play along, so I say, "Oh, really? What's he saying?" The psychic goes and makes a few broad comments about me and the space I'm in, all of which he could have easily looked on our website, so I'm not impressed. It says the man has been in the building since the early 1900s and is infatuated with me, has been following me around for years and frequently tags along with me to my house, my friends' houses, and even places like the grocery stores. Okay, that's interesting, but it gets more so. He tells me the man is very jealous of the guy I'm dating and doesn't like him because we're so close. He then goes to say that the spirit hurt the guy I'm seeing when he was doing renovations on the building, which was 100% accurate. I'll put that story below, which is what we'll read in a few minutes. And that he didn't like that he was in his personal space changing it. So that was weird, but his next comment really bothered me. The psychic says, and he's glad you broke up with that army dude. You really hated him. Now, this was weird to me because I had dated that guy about 3 years prior and had been restationed right after we broke up and never set foot in the building, nor had I seen him since we broke up. At the time of the phone call, I had only had my shop in the building for about 6 months, so I couldn't figure out how the spirit would know about him. The guy told me some other stuff, most of which was pretty basic, and I finally got him off the phone because he started getting weird and I just wasn't interested anymore. The whole conversation lasted about 15 minutes, and I was thoroughly creeped out by his couple of comments, and I couldn't figure out how he knew so specifically about the last 2 people I had dated. I should add I don't have any personal social media that someone could search for me, so there wouldn't be any couples photos of me with either person I dated. Then it dawned on me. I had worked for about 6 months for my friend in her shop in the same building for some extra cash after I had moved into the city, which was about 4 years prior. And in that time I had dated/broken up with the army guy, which would also explain why the psychic said the spirit had been following me for years. I no longer have the shop in that building, but I still go in there every now and then to see my friend. We both agree the building has some bad vibes, especially at the night. And there's a couple more weird things that happened to me while I was in the shop there. The psychic guy calls my shop and begins to tell me about the spirit who lives there and is in love with me and hates all the guys I date. This is the story about how their boyfriend got hurt. So before I opened up the shop, the guy I was seeing at the time agreed to help me put the ceiling lights up, which involved having to go into the attic. Now, the attic, like in any old building, was nasty, so I brought him up one of those industrial dust suits to wear in a mask so he wouldn't be breathing in asbestos or whatever was up there. He's up in the attic, and I'm on the floor underneath, and we're communicating through the little hole that we're installing the lights into, when I hear him yell. And then his voice gets really rushed and agitated, like he's irritated with me that I'm taking so long. So finally, about 10 minutes later, we get the light up, and he comes barreling down the steps of the attic and flings the door shut. He looks really freaked out and begins ripping off the desk suit and pulls up his shirt. On his left side there are 3 long claw marks / scratches running the length of his side, one of which was bleeding. You look at the desk suit, no scratches through it. So he didn't get caught on something, and the scratches were too widely spaced to have rodents. Plus, he hasn't seen anything when he was up there. According to him, he felt weird up there to begin with. But the last light we were installing was all the way back in the corner of the attic, and he was lying on his stomach, feeding me the cords down the little hole when he felt what felt like a whip go across his side. And that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family.